Okay, what's on? Program information on all devices from one source. As Willemijn introduced me, my name is Gerrit Heikoop and I'm one of the co-founders of a company called Triqle Event Intelligence. And like the previous speaker, we like to do smart stuff at events. And one of the first services we have developed is called What's On. I have a little question to you first. Who has ever, you're all conference organizers, right? Who has ever had the experience that at the day of the conference, really last minute, you had to change something in your program? Switch a room maybe, change the speaker. Who's had that experience? All of you? Okay, that's good. Keep that in mind. Just use your imagination for a minute. Imagine you are organizing your next conference. And your conference obviously has a program. There's stuff to do there. And your attendees, either your doctors or your mouse professors, are there to experience that program, right? That's the reason why they're there. So you as a conference organizer somehow need to tell them what's going on, when, where, and what it's about. So it's a communication need you actually have. And what you're going to do, there's the program, you're going to put that on a website, right? That's what we do nowadays. You put it on your conference website. And as one of the trends is that everybody nowadays is working with their mobile, they slowly expect you to start communicating with them on their mobile phone, to use the mobile phone as a source of information about the program. Well, as you saw, I was already working on it. People now working with tablets, iPads, and all the other stuff. A lot of venues where you host your conference have big screens or maybe like LED screens in the venue that you might also want to use to communicate your program on, because for the people who are not mobile savvy, they at least can see on the screen what's going on. For those of them who are not that much digital, you always can stick with the print, of course. You need to have it on print and paper. You have to email or maybe send SMS to these people to tell them what's going on, when and where. And well, my second talk is also about the social media, and maybe after that talk you also want to communicate with your visitors through social media. Well, this is already all possible, and you probably work with a lot of these media already. But then, and I just learned you've had that experience, your program is going to change. And if you have a bad day, you lost all your media and all your opportunities to change your program on these media, because you're running around too busy to fix your website. Well, your print obviously was already to the printer 2 weeks before. If you are triggered by my next presentation, you might have had the chance to put out some social media communication that things have changed, or you can always stick to paper at the front desk, the room change. But how professional does that look? So, for that problem, we've got the solution. That's What's On. What's On is an online service, so it's a website, which is a place where you can enter and maintain your program information, what's going on, when and where, and what's it about. And from that single source, it's displayed on any device that has an internet connection. Well, and all these devices do have an internet connection. You might say, wait a minute, print and PDF. Well, we've made a connection with Rico Hotspot Printing. They rent out these printers on your site, and we've also have the feature that attendees can, on demand, stand next to the printer and decide, I want to print this part of the program or this abstract or whatever you're working with. We can embed the program in your website, so you don't have to maintain it there anymore. It's a mobile website. It works perfectly on iPads. It's really nice content on the screen. Well, let's not talk about it, but let's look at it. There we are. Well, this is an example. What we do, we visualize the program as a chronological list from all the stuff that's going on. And this list is moving up through your conference with the now, with the moment. So your visitors can always see in one glance what's going on right now and what's the next thing. So they don't have to click, search, scroll. It's the actual information they need at that moment, or just a few clicks or scrolls away. Well, you see the start time, the end time, what's it about. You see a little bar that shows how long away the way we are. Can I still go there, or shall I better go there next time? And on any device that you can click on, so for example the website, the iPads or the mobile phones, you have like these 4 tabs. The last two are optional. The first two are always there. So you have the home with the list. You can click on each bar and then you go to the detail page where you can read more about it. You have a tab that's called Browse. You can, as an organizer, put tags on all the program items and make them as sub-selections. So, for example, you want to select on a day or on a location, but maybe also on a track or on a theme or on social events or on, well, you can, all the tags you can think of, you can put on your program and your visitors can filter on those. Then, as an option, you can visualize the Twitter back channel. More and more people are using Twitter, well, more and more people are using Twitter at your conference, and they are getting more. So you can see what they're saying and react to it. And another feature is what is optional is that you can allow visitors to give a like or a dislike on program items, and that will generate a top 5 or top 10 or top 25 of what's hot. So both you as an organizer and your other visitors can directly see what do other people think are interesting sessions and what's going on, so you can learn and improve your program from that. Well, another important aspect is the design. I really believe that design should always be part of your conference, so you can change your colors and your logos any way you want. So it can look like this for a communication conference. It can look like this. It can look like this. Or it could look like this. Whatever you want. So the design is really for you. Really? Yes, really. This is how this could work in practice. You put a big screen in a central place. Or this is in Utrecht Media Plaza. This is a location which is full of screens. So it was on top of the bar and it was in the lobby and it was everywhere. The MPI, this is night feature. So we work with the screens in front of the big keynote room. We have the mobile website and we have people on their laptops working with it as well. So, as I learned from Willemijn, this evening has three goals. It's what are the possibilities, what are our advantages, and how does it work? Well, let's go to the advantages. I think at this moment in our industry there's four major trends. As I said, it's mobile, not because it's so important, but because your visitors are expecting it. The mobile phone is becoming our main device of information interaction. We have the social trend, obviously. People are wanting to share what they are doing with their network. And in my next talk I can also show you why that is really interesting. Obviously there's not only in our industry but in the total society there's a green development going on. So can we still print all these abstract books 2 weeks in advance with the wrong information? And I think it's smarter. I'm not saying we shouldn't print anymore, but let's print the most relevant information and let's print on demand, so you only print what people actually want to read. And this is one for our industry, that's the co-creation part, so that you no longer say, okay, this is my program, this is what we're going to do, but that you're really going to involve your audience and co-create the program, what's going on. Well, with our tool, because it's online and in real time, you can do really neat stuff where you people I've had a session where we had in the morning, we had 5 keynote speakers, and people could vote, and the winning keynote speaker would come back at the end of the day. Well, with our tool, you can quickly change it. Yeah, well, the other 4 had to go home, indeed. Yeah. So, it anticipates on these important trends, but mostly, I believe, at least for the part of the program information, our tool can give you, save you a lot of time and reduce your stress on that part of the conference. So how does it work? If you surf to our website, you see we have 2 service models. On the left you see what's on do-it-yourself. Well, that's just an internet tool. You can sign up on the website, create an account, and in 5 easy steps you can create your own program and thus your own mobile website, screen, cast and all this stuff. But then you all have to do it yourself. The slogan here says, why spend money on stuff you can do yourself? I truly believe you can. We tested on our parents, 65 plus, and they know how to work with it. So I think it's really user friendly. But the other question in our business also, time is our most scarce resource. So why spend time on stuff the professionals can do for you? So we also have a pro service. Well, what type of services do we deliver? Well, you also always have to work with a basic license, which starts at 69 euros. You can try it out for free, so you can sign up, try out for free, but then you will see this message in the detail page, you're working with a free trial. We can help you out with the basic setup to get you started, to get your locations in there, get your tags in there, and then you do all the work. We can do the design for you. Well, that's a question mark whether you want that or not. You maybe have design in your own department. We could enter the information for you, so you just throw it at us and we make something nice of it. Well, we have entering information, then I just copy-paste, or I have what I also call the editorial check, and then we really start to get thinking along, see if you have the right text, good images, good links, and really improve the quality of your content. It's possible that we give you on-site support to get everything going and to do last-minute changes, whatever what you want. Or, and this is for us, I think, very interesting for your type of organization, we can give you a training or do one event together, and then you have the own skills and resources in your organization to from then on work with the do-it-yourself license. 4 things to keep in mind if you're working with What's On. Obviously, it's very important. It's an internet-based tool. So if you don't have internet, well, you don't have What's On. I think this is a discussion that we shouldn't have to have anymore. Well, we do have to have it in 2011, but let's agree that in 2012 we don't have to have this discussion anymore. I mean, just imagine your attendees are coming to your conference through the airport where there's Wi-Fi, to the traffic stations or gas stations where there's free Wi-Fi. And if they go get a snack at McDonald's, there's free Wi-Fi. So why shouldn't there be any free Wi-Fi at your event? You have to think about the screens, either whether they're already in your venue or you have to rent them. Obviously, you have to think about your interesting content, but that should be already there. And what works really well, you somehow, you have this tool in place, but you somehow need to tell your people or your attendees that it's there. What I've learned, which works really well, in the morning of your first day of your conference, you send them a text or SMS message. And what your phone does, what any type of phone can do, is they recognize the URL in an SMS, and it's clickable. So you have this message, welcome, good to have you on board today. You want to see the real time, or you want to schedule, click on the link, so everybody always has the link in their pocket. That's it so far. I don't know if we're going to skip the question part and put that in the networking hour, or if you have some really urgent questions at the moment.